Hey, welcome back to Vice Grip Garage. I am officially out of time to finish the Nova. The parts I needed didn't show up, so here's the plan. I'm in the Deer Max. I'm currently cannonballing all the way to Bowling Green, Kentucky. I am going to walk into the warehouse myself, grab the parts I need, turn around, cannonball back home, thrash on the car through the night, get a couple hours of sleep, load it in the trailer tomorrow morning, pull it to Florida, put it on the dyno, and Cleetus is going to tune it. Seems fine. Everything's fine. So the box I needed did show up, the accessory drive and all that, but unfortunately it was missing the spacers and the hardware and the brackets, the main bracket and all of that stuff. So I thought, well, things happen. So I ordered another one. Overnight, that showed up. Same thing. Missing the brackets and the spacers and the hardware and the doodads. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but I'm thankful that Holly is letting me come down to the main warehouse and find these parts. It's faster than shipping. And you might be thinking, well, just order it again, or it sounds like you got to figure it out. Well, I can't. Some of you might be thinking I'm joking when I say I work 7 days a week, but that's the God's honest truth. And every single hour of my life is coordinated down to the minute. I have today to finish this car. I have to be on the road tomorrow. If I'm off a day, it's a domino effect and throws off many things. Meetings and flights and travel and rentals and meeting folks and basically everything in the business. So it's not fake drama or anything like that. This is just what it takes to do what I do, and I'm not complaining. I'm just shedding light on why I'm doing this. So looks like we might run into some rain or something like that. But everything else on the car is done. And just a reminder, today is the final day to get entered for that. It ends at midnight, so do not procrastinate. Get over there now, vicegripgarage.com. Snag yourself up something. Every $5 you spend gives you one entry towards that beautiful 68 Nova and $15,000 cash. And if something you're looking for is out of stock or the size isn't in, snag up one of them gift cards, and when it comes back, boom, you're ready to go. You know what I mean? Everything else on the car is done, as you guys know. We just need to get this fired up on all the new parts and pieces, and I need to get a good enough tune to get it in that trailer, and then we're really going to dial this thing in on that dyno and see what kind of power it puts down. I'm really excited to see how this goes. So let's hit the road here. We got 2 hours, 30 minutes left, something like that, to get there. Pulling up, 8 minutes until close. If you were curious, here's where all of your Holly and Holly brand parts come from. I don't even know how many companies they have now. Speed bump there. Well, I gotta find a door, start yelling, I'm here, where do I go? Hopefully I don't have to walk this whole thing. Oh, there's another building. Goodness gracious. Got it. I opened it up. You know, trust but verify. Seems to be all the parts and pieces we need to throw this together. So I guess I'm just going to throw this in the passenger seat, turn the truck around, head south, get back as quick as we can. We got, I don't know what it is, 2 hours, half, 2.5, 2:45, something like that. Probably going to hit some big traffic going through Nashville, unfortunately, but it is what it is. At least we got the parts. Feeling blessed for that. Well, guys, made it back to the shop here, and it is just shy of 8:30 at night. We're just getting started. Perfect. Okay, let me roll this car all the way forward. We're gonna hang it off the front. I gotta hang it off the back right now because we just finished up the trunk, of course, and the interior. This is the final piece of the puzzle. So let me scooch it. We'll start digging in. So again, the issue was this style intake kicks the throttle body down and it hits this idler pulley. So we're going to be moving the charging whirler down there, low mount, and the power steering pump up here, I believe, is the goal. And this goes away and that's going to change, and hopefully in that configuration we can fit the throttle body in. Hopefully I have everything we need now because there's no way to get parts at this point. We'll just have to dig in and see what happens. Here's the pieces. So this is what the kit's supposed to do. And we've got go left, go right machine, charging whirler, pulley for the pump, idler. And it looks like it pretty much comes with everything. Where's the line? Oh, here it is. What I was missing in both kits is, well, for Pete's sake, this and all this. And that is now this right here. So we should be good to go. First step, let's tear everything out, and then let's try to get this reassembled as quickly as possible. Got the main bracket knocked free of the engine there. I was gonna crack this and just let it run on the floor, but I just mopped, you know, so I'm gonna try to remember how to use this thing. And I believe we can just suckleize right through that reservoir. Get this thing bone dry so when I crack those lines, we don't make a mess. And allegedly we can hook right into the existing power steering lines, which would be fantastic.
No, there it goes. That's pretty handy. I haven't used this thing in a long time, but I can't remember which way is. Oh yeah, let's suck it right now. Here we go.
Great opportunity to get a better look at the 6-liter block. There it is. Okay, while I've got that bracket out of the way now, we're going to put in a different steam kit. One that's just nicer looking. This one could work, but it's right here in the front. Let's get this one unbolted, and I got a nice braided stainless one to go in here. the guy is getting there. Main brackets in. Had a couple small issues, but working through them, and I'm getting really tired, making a couple mistakes here and there. But okay, so first of all, this really nice black charging whirler won't work because the peg is coming off of the bottom, not like a standard GM, and that was hitting the cross member hard. So I had to go back to the stock charging whirler, which is new. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. Just would have been cool to have a black one, I guess. Had to bend the line up quite a bit, but it looks nice. It's not kinked. All of that's fitting, and then I put the power steering, started to put the power steering pulley on backwards, and thankfully I caught that. I stopped right now because I grabbed this laser tool, and I can run this laser I can get it turned on. There we go. And I can point it down here. So I know exactly the alignment of this pulley to that pulley. I don't have to guess. So I'm gonna run that, and then we'll run the pulley down a little bit at a time with the wrenches until I can get these lined up. I got the idler installed, the tensioner installed. The other tensioner was fried. See how quiet that is? This one. She's pretty shot, wobbly. So that was a good replacement, I guess. But let me get this lined up, tightened up, get the belt thrown on, and then we can start on the old wind sucker over here. Well, the moment I have certainly been waiting for since, well, tore this engine down. Putting the throttle body back on. That means we're getting really close. There's a gasket in there. I should get the Allen wrench actually. So we've got the original IAC and TPS in this. They work. There's nothing wrong with them. They play nice with the Holley. It's a direct connect. Boy, I'm losing my coordination here. Okay. You probably caught that I just slid we needed some bracketry for the throttle cable, which I am going to run a new one at some point. There we go, final looks. Put this down here. It's hard to beat these motion throttle bodies. They got clamps and doodads to split it off and double it and Y it, and you can change them out, and I mean, they got it pretty dialed. This one obviously is not really going to have to change. Boom. Well, throttle body's in. I got the connectors done except for the air intake sensor, which is right here. This is just a standard Motor Products AX1, and it should hopefully, drum roll, which way does it go? Yep, there we go, snap. So I've got to drill that into an air intake tube, which I'm robbing some parts and pieces off of an LS that we've got built in the back, waiting for a different project. But again, I can't get parts, it's too late. It is, I don't even know what time it is. I'm gonna go lay down on the couch for a few minutes, catch a little nap, and come back out here and try to finish this up. I'm just getting a little sloppy. We're very close. We gotta do that, fluids checks, load a tune, hit the key. Hopefully this thing will fire right up. See you, normally I'd say morning, but in a little bit. Okay, sounds good. Here I am. Okay. Let's get these last few things done. Throttle cable and intake air temperature sensor, and I got to fix the battery post. This little bolt stripped out. Hits. Nailed it. No, not even close. Okay, let's see. We need a marker. We'll start drilling. Now this material is so thin, you can't really tap it. So I'm gonna Christmas tree bit it slightly smaller than the fitting and crank that fitting in, and it's already gooped, and that should work fine. I've done it that way many times. There we go. Perfect fit. Looks great. Pop this back in. Got some of these red creatures in here. You just gotta let them know who you are and what's going on. And they're just fine. These guys don't want to sting you. You know what I mean? Well, kind of the final thing here before we hook the computer up and do beep booping is the throttle cable. The old one I just disconnected from the pedal and the firewall. And that's this thing. We're going to be using the Motion Raceworks cable. They used to carry 2 sizes, now they have 1. And they make it to where you can cut this to whatever length you need. So that's what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to first run this through the firewall, make a marking on the sheathing, pull the cable. Well, I can just pull that out now. And then put my bulkhead fitting on, which is over here somewhere in this mess. Boop. Then we'll attach that to the firewall. Then we'll run the cable through, attach that to the pedal, and once everything is together, then we'll cut the excess off. We don't want to cut this first because they've got this cable nice and welded on the end, so you can fit fittings and everything on really easily. And we don't want to hack that up. So this cable will allow us a nice custom fit here. However we want to run this. Kind of thinking-ish. Under the rail, maybe? Under the fuel rail. I'm just trying to run this to where it looks the neatest and most natural. I like that. That's more betters. Paid back to the rescue. Oof, haven't stretched yet. It is morning now. The sun's, I think it's up, but it's cloudy or something. Okay. Making marks. Here we go. Marking. Making marks. Whoa, here we go. Boom, ba-doom-a-doom. She's a heartbreaker. Need a nice clean cut here. And we got one shot at doing this. No pressure. Okay. Good enough for who it's for. Then let us clean that out. Boy, I got a complete mess down here. Now it's just full of this nice coating. There we go. Just want to make sure I can get this through. Yep. Is busy. Where'd that really important fitting go? You know, I said this is the bulkhead fitting, don't lose it. Lost it. That's fine. Nope, really need it. Got that throttle cable pretty well positioned where I think I'm gonna get it, but I've gotten to the point now, we're gonna try to fire this thing up. I've got a couple things to finish. The steam kit, obviously the throttle cable, and my charging line, but those are all minor things, and we don't need them to try to fire this thing up. So I've got the battery all installed again. I had to lift the car and connect the fuel pump, almost forgot about that. I've got software loaded, a bass tune in here. There's the fuel pump. Here we go. So, boy, we already did a TPS auto reset. Otherwise, I'm seeing all the sensors on here. So we're gonna go ahead and crank this thing, see if it's gonna fire off for the first time with its entire new configuration. Okay, neutral check. Come on. That's too easy. Yes. Oh, I feel so much better. Wow, that sounds so good already. It's not lunging and searching and oh man, it sounds so good. Okay, I gotta shut it off. We don't have the steam kit hooked up. Are you kidding me? Fuel pump prime. Wow. Well, the reason I had paused is I need some fender washers for that throttle cable. So I'm gonna fly into town. Now I got a little energy back on my step. Let's get the throttle cable figured out and all the other stuff, and maybe we can take this for a small cruise before I have to jam it on the trailer. What a huge improvement. Already, hasn't even learned. Well, I think a guy's just about got this thing buttoned up. The hood is down, hopefully for the last time. Checked for leaks everywhere. Topped all the fluids off, checked all the fluids, fired it up, cycled it a few times, made sure the fan was programmed and everything like that. We're about ready for a cruise here. Redo trunk, done. Interior updates, done. We have dyno tune, clean and buff, and tires and wheels left. Clean and buff's gonna be the last thing. Dyno is where we're headed. It's time to talk about tires and wheels. Now again, I'm gonna give the winner an option for these. If you want these instead, take them. But I've got an idea. Let's go over here. First and foremost, I wanna thank you guys and fellas for all of your recommendations. There were a lot. About 4 of you said, hey, leave what's on there. That's pretty good. And then like 33.9% of you said, do whatever you want to do, but they got to be black wheels. Tie everything in, which is not a bad idea. And then there was some great specific recommendations, you know, mag daisies, gold daisies, look at these matte tires, look at this, put 18s on, all sorts of stuff. And then there were a handful of folks that are kind of thinking and are on the same brainwave as me. We know it's not a Yenko. It's actually a no Yenko Nova. It's kind of a tribute. But the real Yenkos had steel wheels. So here's what I'm thinking, fellers and fellettes. Why don't we paint these right here? This is just a standard GM steel wheel, the same color as the car. And then we're gonna adorn them with just the basic dog dish hubcap with some white letter tires. Oh, now we're talking. First step, we gotta primer these up. So as you can see, these came primered. So normally I would just seal these and then just go ahead and put my base coat on and clear them. But we've got an issue here. For some reason, 3 are primered light gray, 1 is a battleship gray. And I have no idea why. It's the same manufacturer. I don't know if Bill used too many drops of one color or what happened. They changed product. We got 15 by 6 in the front. And they call these 15 by 7s, but I just measured them and they're 15 by 7.5. I did test fit one on the car, and it seemed like it was going to do the thing. I made this little handy stand out of some muffler tubing, and these are stands for doing muffler work, and then obviously just sawhorses over here. But this will allow me to get paint all the way around them, and then I can check by rolling the tire if I need to make sure that we have all the crevasses and everything else, and I should be able to fan everywhere we need to be, inside and out. We're going to paint both sides of the wheels. But let's get these primered first, and while that is drying, we can go take that for its maiden voyage with the new setup and let that Terminator X start learning. It's got to get through school quickly. Out for a little cruise, letting the computer just learn. It's adding and subtracting fuel where it needs to be. And as you can see, I've just been putting around, kind of staying in that little group there. Once it's learned up a little bit more, then we'll do some freeway stuff and just let it do its thing. So far, it's a completely different car. And by the way, it shifts so much better with this setup. See how the bright colors are gone now? And it's starting to turn white and green. It's doing its thing. The car is running so good. Stopped and got some fuel, about 3/4 tank. And just out cruising for a while. I got to get back and get this thing in the trailer though and hit the road. Primer's dry on this, but we do have a couple spits out of the can and some debris in here. These don't need to be perfect, obviously, but let's go ahead and take some Scotch-Brite pads, some 360 grit basically, and just run around this quick, kind of just scuff it up, give the base coat something to bite into. And also, we don't necessarily want that, or all of it, in the paint, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to clear these as well, so they're going to be shiny. A lot of that can show. What happened to my jug? Oh no. That's no bueno. I was trying to use some wax and grease remover. I just got these all scuffed up here and filled up my little sprayer, which has been handy with the Vice Grip Garage Wax and Grease Remover, but it's busted. I don't know what's going on there. Of course, you can use any wax and grease remover, but I had to go with the Vice Grip stuff. I don't know why my pump failed on me, so we're going old school. Just put my rag down here. Just blew them off with the hose too, but let's make sure to get all the loose sanding material, dirt, debris off. Again, we don't have to make these perfect. We know they're undoubtedly going to get rock chipped and bugs and brake dust and everything else, but might as well start off pretty decent, but it doesn't have to be Pebble Beach. Boy, I could almost hang a wire. Rethinking my design a little bit. I think this will work. And we'll pull out our color. And I had O'Reilly scan the Nova, and they were able to go back in their mixing room and mix up some paint for this. That should be really close, if not perfect. And I also had them mix up a little touch-up bottle that's going to stay in the car. And I'm going to be honest with you, I dropped that darn light over there and I put a little chip on the quarter panel. Idiot. So I'll fix that. But hey, the trade-off is you get matching touch-up paint. There we go. Now, we just gotta mix some paint up. Guys, got her mixed up here. This is a simple 2-to-1. It's the Nissan XL line. Look at this color, it's pretty. It's got a lot of metallic in it. It's just, it's so, everyone that sees it in person goes, whoa, I didn't know it was this color. It's really hard to explain. But anyway, I got 2 smaller cups here. And I'm going to be using, where did I put it? Here it is. This is a volcano roll spray gun here, and it's got the low main adapter on it. And I just really need to hope that with this particular gun I got, that the voltage regulator regulates the voltage well while we're painting. The last one I tried of these was terrible and didn't work. But I bought 2 at once, so maybe this one is excellent. Well, I couldn't find my actual respirator. So, we're just gonna roll with this. Door behind you is cracked. This door is wide open. Nova's way far away for all reasons. And start on the back side of the wheels here. Got to get used to all this metallic. Could get some weird stripes and stuff. I also got to really play with the fan. It's got to be more of a fast pitch. Getting the color in here. So some good. That is the color of the Nova. I think this is gonna look great, guys. Wow, I'll never paint a wheel a different way. I've tried everything in the past. This is it right here. I think I'll do the lips last. Then I don't have to monkey around rolling them like that. Well, now I'm just really excited to see these on the car. Wow. They look phenomenal. I'm gonna move to fresh air and let these dry up. Flash anyway. 15 to 20 minutes is what the technical data sheet says. The TDS. And then we'll come do one more coat. And with the next coat, I'm going to get the ridges and at least spray into the, no one sees this obviously, but I know and we know. So I'm going to spray all the way into here. So looking good. So guys, sitting here spraying, by the way, base coat turned out great. And I was just reminiscing, you know, all the late nights and struggles and challenges and lack of sleep and stress putting this car together, and ultimately how happy I am that someone's getting this car. It ain't perfect. If you wanted to nitpick it, I'm sure you could, but wow, beautiful hot rod. And I'm happy for somebody. And then I thought, did I just tell him I was gonna only paint the outsides of the wheel? So long story short, I apologize. and went ahead and painted the whole wheel. And we're going to clear coat the whole wheel. We're going to do it 100% right, and we're going to let these dry and actually get them on the car and then reload it in the trailer again. That way it's looking snazzy and sharp when we're down in Florida, and Jessica wants to cruise this around a little bit with the family too, so we can enjoy it a little bit, and I want to continue to shake it down too and just make sure that all the things work, you know, headlights and turn signals, and make sure everything is functioning properly. So we'll get some miles on it too, but it's time to mix clear, and I'm going to be using the Vice Grip Garage 1776 clear. You can get that over at vicegripgarage.com as well. And hey, that's going to get you a lot of points right there. This is the spray-on only application. Our other clear coats, there's a wipe-on gloss, matte, and satin, and then of course the wipe-on shine juice. This is a spray-on application. So I'm going to mix that up, get it in the gun, and let's get gloss on these. So with this clear coat, I'm going to do 2 medium coats with 15 to 20 minutes in between. Same process, going to do the back of the wheels. And then we'll come around and do the fronts, and then on the second coat we'll grab the barrel of the tire. Oop. Okay. I don't like spinning it that way for some reason. It's coming along nicely. The lighting is a little weird with the door up. I'm going to have to close that. Also, I'm losing my heat. We're getting a pretty big temperature swing in here. There we go. Well, it's the typical cleanup time. Organize stuff, put things back, sweep, mop the floor. Gonna shut down for tonight, and then in the morning, those will be dry and we'll throw them back on the car. And I'm now half a day behind, but that's okay. I think we can make it up. I just got a cannonball all the way there instead of stopping halfway. So I'll see you guys in the morning. We'll get the Nova back in and pop these on and throw the dog dishes on, get a nice final look at this thing, and then get it on the trailer. Well, good morning. It's time to get these tires swapped out. I've been waiting for this day for a long time. Get these off. Got drilled and slotted rotors. New ball joints. Anywho's. Oh boy, that looks good. Hold on, I got some more. Wow. Yes, sir. And ma'am. That's what I was going for. Well, to me personally, this tire and wheel package just really sets the thing off. And it matches perfectly. Looks so good. Okay, I got to throw the other 3 on quick. And we will see you guys in Florida. Let's see if we can get this tuned. Well, we have officially made it to Florida. We've got the whole family in here. Jessica's in the passenger seat. Car's running great. Jessica and I went on a grocery trip. Got some snacks and things today. Went and had some coffee, been bebopping it around. And we're gonna head over to Cleetus McFarland shop. Put this back on the dyno. And old Cleet's gonna do a little tuning. I think you got Dr. Chudamal coming over. He's gonna take a look at it. And we'll see what kind of power this thing puts down. And do some drivability tuning as well. So far, it's been learning and doing really good. It no longer stalls, it doesn't buck. It starts easy, cold and hot.
It just sounds so good.
Yeah, it sounds a lot better. So we're gonna wheel over there and strap this thing down. We're gonna surprise Alan. What are you doing in there? Hardly working?
We're doing the exercise.
Happy birthday!
We're exercising.
Happy almost birthday.
Oh no, it's not my birthday.
Almost.
Thank you.
Had to keep the tradition.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, bud.
Hey.
I made it. Beautiful paint job on this facility, I've got to say. We got Dr. Tunamal here, and he said, "What do you want to do today?" I said, I'd be happy with like $290 to the wheel, and he said,
You make way more than that.
so we're gonna get this thing down. He already made some changes in the parking lot, and it sounds way happier. So Cleet's bringing her in right now. We'll strap it down. We're gonna let him do his thing. They're gonna make some poles. Yeah, excited to see. First hit. So he just hit it in fourth, and the gear's too tall, so I didn't really like it, and it took way too long to get through the curve. So we're going to run it in third gear, so it's not 1-to-1. We'll get more RPM out of it faster. He's making some adjustments right now. Right now we're at 242 horse. My goal is 290. If we can get over that, that's a handful to the tires on the street with the 4-speed. Let's see what we can do here. Sam couldn't help it. He said, "Get out of the way." He's doing some paint correction here.
Little paint correction here, then.
Play block?
Yeah, it's no long gear.
Nice. Yeah.
I have a 289.
Oh, rear gear? Yeah. Oh, wow.
Well, that's what, if it had a 310 and it says it was at 4,800, but he said 4, so it's still like.
Right.
Since he's gonna do the pull on third, we have to kind of guess on the gear ratio and then we'll adjust. All right, Nate, you're good.
There we go. Nice.
Brother, what fuel
320.
is in this?
Like bad gas.
Yeah.
Thought I used my lawnmower?
What are we doing? Brother, we gotta
Mr. Sam's going to town back here.
Now then,
Look at this.
here's what it's gonna look like when it's finished. It's here. This section right here.
Oh yeah, mirror. You can shave in that, Sam.
Versus say this up here now.
Yeah, right here. Someone cut and buffed this. And they just didn't. They did a little more cutting than buffing. It looks like.
Cutting and leaving scratching, and they did buffing it on that.
Yeah.
See, here to be here. The finished product will be right in here.
Yeah. It's looking great.
That's what we got.
We're emptying out some fuel. I guess whatever was in there was not so good.
a little yellow.
A little yellowish. She was smoking something nasty. It smelled like mouse house actually. So we got some. Is that jug leaking? It is. We got some gasoline from the feeding factory. We'll put that in and try it again. I don't think that's normal. Okay, on again. That's good, man.
A little bit of gasoline.
Nice. 352.
Pretty close to where I said it
That's
was.
right on your money, yeah.
You want us to
Nice.
bump it to 500?
Cleet said, you want to make another 100 horse or 500 horse? James just said, say no more. He ran off in the distance. And,
Soft hunter, you know?
yeah, and grab the bottle. Oh, wow! You're close. Engine did great. What was that, 452 horse?
Yeah.
Like that?
And that's just average. So like they peak higher. If you look at the graph, it peaked higher than that.
Oh, it did.
Shut the bottom.
Did it hit
Yeah.
500?
Close to it, yeah.
Close to 500 horse. 352 to the tire, naturally aspirated. Nate's going to make a couple more changes here. I have no idea what he's doing in there. He's got a spectacle in one eye and a compass in the other. Hitting a bunch of buttons. And I'm telling you guys, 350 plus horse to the tire with a 4-speed is a handful in an old car. I was just telling the guys, man, if I would have had this back in high school, you would have been the cat's pajamas, you know, but now these cars are making so much horsepower, it's new. But you got a good old muscle car, you can't beat that. Engine sounds fantastic. We're gonna do one more pull, he's gonna do a couple things. And then I think Cleet and Squirrel are gonna go drive it, see what they think about it. And then I'm gonna get back in and enjoy it too. Run around, get some miles on this thing, shake it down, and then holler back to Tennessee. Hey Nate, when are you lifting?
Like 6,500.
6,500? 6,500 RPM. It didn't smoke as much that tire. 348, call it 350. I think we're going to leave it there. He cleaned up the tune a lot is what he was saying. It definitely didn't smoke near as much that time. So a lot cleaner and smoother. Well, there you go. Whoever wins this bad boy, 350 horsepowers to the tires. That's pretty impressive for just an LS. Some sort of miscellaneous small cam and just bolt-ons. Clayton Squirrel are testing on the Nova. Gotta fully shake it down, and I think these two guys are gonna be the best at the job. Now I know a lot of you are here for the revivals, dragging vehicles out of weeds, and I get it. That's my passion too, but we also got to build cars, and we have to provide opportunities and a platform for others who also build cars and hopefully involve their family and friends. And I'm very blessed to have an opportunity like that with this Nova. And I'd be lying right through my front tooth if I didn't say I didn't fall in love with this car. The build is officially over. I wish I had a little more time to do some things here and there, but with $15,000 and whose ever pocket that wins this bad boy, you can make some modifications and they can make it their own. This car stops great. It's got plenty of pep. It goes down the highway. It snaps necks left and right. You're gonna have to carry some chiropractor gift cards. I'm telling you that right now. Right now is your final opportunity to get entered for a chance to win this beautiful Nova and $15,000 cash. We have to stop taking entries at 12 midnight, so please don't procrastinate. Get over to vicegripgarage.com, snag yourself up anything to get entered for a chance. Also, reminder, the rules and no purchase necessary information and everything else is over there, as well as our event schedule. If you want to come out and see a guy and his family unit and whatnot. Thanks again. Appreciate you guys so much. And hey, listen, stay tuned for Friday. Guy bought a truck and a cow pasture. It's got a locked up motor. Let's see if we can get her running and drive 1,500 miles back home. Hope to see you then.